We're going to jump into a great little new tune I have for my show. It's brand new by Jane Archer. So we're going to jump into Good Rockin' Daddy, and once we're done there, we're going to get Jane and we're going to chat with her. All righty, you're listening to Ray on the Radio, Northumberland, 89.7.
Well, now you can really go, 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 jumping fast or rocking slow. I will see you when the band gon' blow. Now hold it, don't move it, now boogie some more. You're good rockin' daddy, yeah, you're good rockin' daddy. Up on your feet, you can't be beat. You're good rockin' daddy. I told the girls all to come and see just what the Sandman brought for me. They stood around with a great big smile, and when you did the crazy twist, they all ran wild. Good rockin' daddy, hip, hip, you're good rockin' daddy. Up on your feet, you can't be beat. You're good rockin' daddy. Be beat, you're a good rockin' daddy, 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 good rockin' daddy.
Yes, Good Rockin' Daddy, Jane Archer and her new band, and welcome to the Ray on the Radio show, Jane.
Thank you so much, Ray.
And how you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm actually doing really well. I've had a great musical year, and this my upcoming show next Saturday. I'm really excited about it.
Where's the new show? Where's the show happening?
That is going to be at the Grand Maple Event Center in Hastings. It's a beautiful old church that's been remodeled and made into an event center. They have lots of music there and all kinds of other events as well. And one day I just I called up the owner, Bill Ma, and we discussed it, and before I knew it, I had a show booked.
Yeah, they're awesome people. The couple there, they used to own that the corner variety store in Camelford.
Yes.
They sold that. Now it's a great dope store.
Yeah.
And then they went from the dope store. Now they're in Hastings. I did a couple things there with Incredible Edibles, some fundraisers. It's a fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah, it's great for business luncheon things or whatever, and any kind of shows, concerts. It's fantastic.
That's right.
So that's good. I might have to swing by and see you there. I thought you were doing it in Peterborough. So Hastings is my neighborhood.
Yeah,
yes.
This is my stomping grounds out here, and I haven't actually played an electric show out in my own home area since before COVID, well before COVID.
Oh, yeah.
And I was doing an acoustic duo thing with my guitar player, Aaron Jessup, for quite a few years, but COVID shut that down. And, it's funny when you don't get to play much, it really affects you. It kind of drags you down, and it's I don't know, it's my joy to get out there and perform and communicate with the people. That's, I think, one of the primary functions of music is that we can all get on the same page with it, no matter, what your language is or what kind of music you like. It's just a great way to get together and spend time with other people.
Absolutely. And I know I've seen you in different kind of formations over the years, and I realize that with you. You always have that big smile on your face. And I remember way back when you just started with the keys, you were playing your keyboard, and you'd bring it into the pub in Camelford, and you'd be playing away and for hours and hours. And we were like completely gone mentally, right? But it was great. And you always had that smile on your face, a permanent smile.
Yeah, I took piano as a kid, but then I just started. There was an old piano in the house we moved into, and I started teaching myself to play again. Wow. And my boys had a band, and I helped them get that going. And I started to think, this is something that I might like to do too. And before we knew it, I was doing shows with them under the name Mama's Boys.
Oh, all right.
Did you ever see Mama's Boys, Ray?
I may have.
Yeah.
Did you play in Camelford? Yes.
We used to play at the Spring Revival and stuff.
Well, then I would have seen you.
Yeah, you would have seen us. But from there, I started going into Peterborough and started meeting some of the other musicians about 10, 12, 13 years ago now. And one of the first people who helped me get started was Andy Pride, who's now my bass player.
Sweet.
And also, I should say that track is, and the other tracks you're going to play were tracked at his Unit 11 Sound Studios at the Hank Hendricks Guitar Company in Peterborough.
All right.
And I have to give Andy a lot of kudos because...
Andy Thompson.
Andy Pride.
Oh, Andy Pride. I'm sorry.
Andy Pride. I know. There's two Andys.
Yeah, it's crazy,
Two
right?
musical Andys that we know, right?
And I had a whole big thing here about Andy Thompson, so I'll just cross that out,
just
Jane.
cross that out, my dear.
Gone.
But, Andy is in the music department at Humber College in Toronto, and he has a lot to do with recording and film studies there. And he suggested that we film and record this concert. And so he's getting some of his students to come out and look after that for us. And if not for that, this probably would not have happened. And I should also say that the tracks that we're playing tonight we recorded them Sunday night. They're demos. They're not...
Really?
Yeah, they're not completely finished. And, you can tell by the quality just how good it is already.
Well, I was going to mention that it is. It's great quality, because I was going to say Andy has really upped his game, and Andy's good, Andy Thompson, I mean, but this is a whole new thing. But get back to your band. That's what I was impressed. I kind of listened to this, the 4 songs you gave me. I've been listening to them in the car just so I can get a feel of them. And you know what? They're awesome tunes. They really are, especially the 2 upbeat ones. And then you have your own original, but I was impressed with all the musicians. They're real players. Who's your band? Who does it?
Okay, well, first of all, my son Liam is the drummer.
And
Liam
Liam's
Archer.
a great drummer.
Yes, and he drums for a lot of bands in the area right now, and he's very, very talented. He went to Humber College for a while and studied music.
Oh, right on.
And he lives in Peterborough, and I'm just very happy that he will help me out here and play drums with me. And my guitar player is rockabilly sensation Nicholas Campbell from Peterborough.
He is crazy great.
I tease him. I tell him I'm old enough to be his grandmother.
Because he is. I saw him Saturday. He's like a child, right?
Oh, he is so talented. And, in fact, he is on the latest... my latest bluegrass record, Jane Archer and the Reactionaries.
Cool.
He's playing lap steel on
Sweet.
On that record, and wait till you hear that, Ray.
I'm looking forward to it.
It's good. On Booth Street Records, recorded by Ken Tizard.
Yeah, and getting back to Booth Street Records, your original one, Jane Archer and Reactionary CD, we released it back in 2018, I think. It was 2018?
Yeah.
All right. But you know what? You got to tell the people. I thought, like the other day, I was telling someone that you're getting a lot of listens on Spotify, and I had mentioned it was 250,000 listens. I thought that was a lot, but you corrected me.
I know it's like 3.25 million streams.
Absolutely insane.
And it's in countries all over the world. Like we're in like about 150 countries. It's just insane.
And that's Ken and myself, little record label. All of a sudden, you just took it to the upper level. And
they're covers of songs from the atomic era, atomic bombs, anti-communist stuff, all that kind of thing. And the age group that listens, Ray, is from 18 to 34.
What's that saying?
That says that some of these songs are in video games, and these young people are picking up on them there.
Yeah, because they are kind of quirky songs too, right?
Oh yeah, they're
interesting.
Awesome.
And the great thing about that the CD is the fact is the songs aren't long. So the thing is, if you listen to one, you say, but before you know it, it's over. I mean, you got to listen to the lyrics because they're all really. There's great lyrics to them, right? They're all political and.
You start out thinking, "Oh, this is just fun stuff," but if you listen to it, it's really it's telling you something very serious, and we're still under the threat of the atomic bomb, nuclear explosions.
Well, living right now, we are.
Yeah,
there's a threat every week,
so it's still relevant.
Absolutely. Yeah, the video games does have a huge thing, because I remember when when they were younger, what did they play? That Guitar Hero.
Yes.
And they were listening to tunes that I've been listening to for 100 years, right? Well, it seems like 100 years, and they were just fresh material.
Exactly.
So that was kind of cool.
Everything old is new again, right?
So tell me is there any cool story, a funny story, or something that went on in the studio?
Oh, gosh. Well, we're pretty efficient in the studio, I have to tell you. We don't have a lot of practice time because everyone is very busy playing in multiple formations. So Andy is able to record our practice sessions so we can all practice on our own. And we've actually only done 2 gigs, I think, before the one next weekend. One was for the Peterborough Musicians Benevolent Association in March. Put the band together to do that. And then we had so much fun. We just brought the joy.
Right on.
So many dancers, and a lot of my current repertoire really appeals to women, especially older women, I think. Women in my age group and younger, women who've had some experience of life, and they know about happiness, they know about sorrow. They know about good times, they know about hard times, and I think some of my songs really reflect that. I think the original song you're going to play is kind of a good example of that.
It is. It's very lyrically. It's a lot of sad stuff to it. It's very relationship kind of deal. And I was listening to it. I didn't know it was an original, and I thought, wow, this is kind of not dark, but saddish at times in a way, right?
I'm a serious person, Ray.
Get out of here! I'm very serious.
Nobody knows these things,
no,
right?
they don't. I don't want them to know that. Right?
So, getting on stage enables me to have fun and to just really enjoy myself. And I sing in a very kind of intense, powerful style, and it just feels good.
I could tell. And you know what? And it would be great because you're kind of almost screaming it out, and that has to be therapeutic, right?
It's very therapeutic.
It must be.
You bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I should mention to the other band members, we have Jim Usher, who's from Coburg here.
Oh, cool.
On saxophone, and I've played quite a few shows with him, with Peterborough's big horn band, the Rocket Review, and in other formations. And we have Rob Phillips on keys, who's a very talented keyboard player. And it's just a real joy to have him on. And I think one of the songs you're going to play, the Voodoo Woman, really showcases all the instrumentalists. So
yeah, that's coming up. We'll actually say 33. Let's do I think I have a couple of ads here. I do have one. No, I have 2. That's the thing. My old radio station, I didn't have a whole lot of ads, right?
Yes.
Now I got to move these suckers around here. Okay, where are you? All right, let's see if we can get these ads in, all right, Jim?
All right, sounds good.
Okay, you listen to Ray on the radio, Northumberland 89.7, truly local radio.
Join us on Tuesdays just after the 6 p.m. news for Authors Live, where we present unique readings from local artists and some of their most memorable stories. That's Tuesdays, 6 p.m., right after the news. Truly local radio, Northumberland 89.7.
Hello, this is Tammy Robinson, CEO of the Coburg Public Library, where we're committed to being an excellent resource for you. Our theme this week at the library is Let's Build, so we have several programs that we're offering based on this theme. All week, we have creative cup stacking for kids, as well as speed cup stacking for teens at all branch locations. On Monday, we have a drop-in Lego party at the Coburg branch at 11 a.m., and on Tuesday at 11 a.m., we have a Create Your Own zine for tweens and teens. Then on Friday at 2 p.m., we have a Home Depot Kids Building Workshop at the Coburg branch for ages 5 to 12, and registration is required for this program. Or if you're looking for something completely different to do this week, come and check out a free telescope, a guitar or ukulele, or pick up an Ontario Provincial Park Day Pass and explore the outdoors. We have so much to offer our community, and all you need is your Coburg Library card. We'd like to thank our friends at Just Brew It who have sponsored this library ad. Please let them know you appreciate them for supporting their local library. If you'd like to keep up to date about upcoming programs, new releases, events, and opportunities, you can phone us at 905-372-9271 or head to our website, coburg.library.on.ca, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok.
Yes, it is 8:35. You're listening to Ray on the radio on Northumberland 89.7, and I have Jane Archer in the studio here. We're talking about her, what is the name of the brand new record that's coming out? Or have you named it yet?
No, we haven't really named it, Ray. It's going to be all kind of fly by the seat of your pants, right?
Sometimes that's the best thing.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I do a lot of blues, and blues is a lot of it is improvisational. And we are, even though the show is planned out very well, you never know what's going to happen. And I'm just looking forward to that day. It's going to be great.
Speaking about not knowing what's going to happen, is last Saturday we had Incredible Edibles. My listeners are probably sick of hearing about it because I just kept talking about it.
Yeah.
But I'm the entertainment coordinator, and I had Lindsay Barr Band and your son. He was
Liam
playing
drums for
drums,
Lindsay.
and
Yep.
it was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had Melissa Payne closing up the show, and then she called you on stage because it was your birthday.
Yes.
Now, were you aware of that? Because
No,
I wasn't.
I had seen her on Ken Tizard's Whiskey Wednesday show like a few weeks ago, where she was talking about her new record and her relationship with her wife. Mm-hmm. And I was just so impressed with her music and the way she was able to just be so natural and talk about things that some people get really upset about.
Yes.
And when I saw her, I just went up to her and gave her a hug and said, Melissa, I saw you, and I'm proud of you, and you're doing great. And she said, hey, do you want to get on stage?
Yeah. She's changed quite a bit since the days. I remember her just before COVID. I had her at Incredible Edibles twice before.
Yes.
And it was a different stage in her life. It wasn't as positive.
Yeah.
And she met this woman, and she does have a type. The type looks like her.
Yes,
and
they
there's
look alike.
those two ladies are a gorgeous couple.
Oh, yes.
And and she just seems so happy. You could just see it in her face.
Yeah.
Everything has just come around. And,
She was so relaxed and so sweet on stage. And Nicholas plays guitar for her, too.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and that was pretty awesome. And I know when he played at the Legion in Camelford some time ago, somebody texted me and said, Ray, you got to get down here right now. This guy's playing. He's amazing. And I couldn't. I was working. So at least I got to see him. I didn't realize he was in that band.
Yeah, well, it was funny. I knew about him, but I wasn't getting out and about much because of COVID, right? So my husband and I were in Long and McQuaid in Peterborough one day, and he came in. Mm-hmm. And I just said to my husband, I have to talk to this guy.
This kid.
So I went over to him, and he knew who I was, and I just said, do you like bluegrass? Because I was thinking he would sound really good with my reactionary band. Yeah. And then when the PBMA asked me to put a band together for the March Jam, I thought, well, this is my chance to play with Nicholas, so...
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. Enough about all those other folks. We have another tune coming up here. Tell me something quick about Voodoo Woman.
Voodoo Woman. This is a song by Coco Taylor, who's one of the One of the classic blues greats. She was a kind of a small woman. We were at Chess Records in Chicago back in 2018 with our son Mike, who's a musician based in Texas, and they had one of her dresses in a display case. And it was so small, Ray.
Really?
But it was bright red and just covered with sequins. It just glowed. And she herself had the biggest voice. She was like kind of a shouter.
Yeah.
And also had a lot of great hits. We do another song that she is famous for, the Willie Dixon tune, Wang Dang Doodle.
Oh, yeah.
And anyway, I was looking for songs, and I love to play blues, and I just came across this song, and I just thought, this is a great rockin' tune. I want to do this one. And the band really steps up on this tune, so I hope folks enjoy it.
Alrighty. So, folks, we're going to listen to now a Voodoo Woman, Jane Archer and her band, and we don't know the name of the record
just say
yet.
Jane Archer and Friends.
All right, Jane Archer and Friends on Ray on the Radio, Northumberland 89.7.
They call me the voodoo woman.
Yes, indeed, Jane. That was pretty tight. Now, it sounds like you guys are like super tight already as a band.
Well, we were from the start, Ray. It's like magic. It's magic.
That's awesome. Yeah. Now, when you did this in the studio, did you do it live in the studio, or did everybody do their own part?
It was all live, off the floor, yeah.
Because that's always a good way of doing it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you get that sound as if it's like you're having a great show.
Yes.
Yeah. What was I going to say? I was going to bring back to what do you want to say? I can't speak tonight. You didn't hear my Conway Twitty thing earlier, but so
your faux pas.
Yeah, oh my Lord! At 10 and a half, 11 years, I've never done anything like that.
Well, it wasn't so bad. You could have said worse things.
I could have,
think.
And I think I've been really sort of anxious and excited because you're the first guest I've actually had live in a studio.
Wow!
Probably for 3 years, maybe a little longer.
So just you did phone interviews?
Well, no, I don't like phone interviews.
Okay.
You just don't see. We're here. I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
We get a vibe. We kind of.
Yeah.
I had Joey. You know Joey Wright?
Yeah.
Yeah. He called in maybe 3 weeks ago. He has a camp and some new material coming out. So we chatted on the phone. It went well. But it was sort of, I broke the ice there. I said, nah, you know what? I got to get somebody in the studio. And you were the perfect choice because I know you.
Yeah.
And so that makes things so much simpler, right?
Oh, it does, yeah.
It does.
Yeah, for sure. And, I just want to say I hope folks can come out to the show. And tickets are available at the door.
How much are they at the door?
Or $25 at the door. Mm-hmm. Or you can go search Eventbrite, Jane Archer and Friends, and there will be a link to buy tickets there.
All righty.
And it's a nice early show. If anyone is like a little bit older and doesn't like to go out late, it runs from 7 to 9.
I noticed that a lot lately. A lot of shows are going early. I mean, even Incredible Edibles, we started at 4 and ended at 8.
Yes.
Because, I don't know, COVID kind of... It really changed everything. I know for me it did. I'm like a complete hermit now. I only go out maybe once every couple of months. I used to go out every weekend, man.
Yeah.
I'm just sort of, I have this, what do they call it? Social anxiety now.
Oh, well,
it's crazy, man. It's
really
crazy.
It's true. It's really, it's wrought a lot of changes in the way we do things.
Absolutely.
That's for sure. Yeah.
Yes. Anything you want to say to anybody out there before we hit the original song? Maybe, say if you want to say something to somebody, and then we can talk about your original.
Oh, gosh. I want to say hello to my son and daughter-in-law and grandbaby in Texas.
Right on. Hello, Texas.
They're musicians, and last I heard, my granddaughter Lou was chewing on the Bluetooth speaker waiting for me to come on.
That's so cute.
And we have video calls with her, and I'm wondering if she's recognizing my voice over the radio.
Oh, that would be pretty wild, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Grandma. What the?
Yeah. And my other grandkids are going to be at the show, I believe, on Saturday. And I'm really excited about that.
Cool.
Some of my family and friends and lots of people that I don't know that I hope to get to know.
Yeah, those are always the good ones because you're turning somebody on something new. And
yeah,
absolutely. All right, let's talk about Have Your Way. This is an original song written by you, solo by you, or was it...
This one was pretty much by me, though I did have some input from some of the musicians I was working with, Brandon Humphrey and Dawson McManus in particular. They did help with the musical arrangement. And the lyrics are all mine. And it's a story song, and it's a story that I think is familiar to a lot of people, especially as they get older. Mm-hmm. And you kind of find out what you need in your life to sustain you and to make you happy. And sometimes you're in a situation where that is not happening. And so you have to decide, is this what I want, or do I want something else?
That's right, and just go out and just change the path you're on.
Yeah,
absolutely. And we all
right.
do. I mean, life really does, I don't mean to sound negative, but it does suck because it's just a continual amount, like these brutal challenges constantly.
Oh, I know.
And I mean, I sound like I'm negative, but if you sit in, anybody in the world sits there and says, that's so true. I mean, it's constantly, we're losing people, relationships, jobs, whatever it may be, our health struggles. It's just crazy. It's just a big battle the whole time.
Yeah, you're right.
But we have to make the best of it.
That's absolutely right, because life is absolutely worth living.
Oh, absolutely it is, for sure. Look at it, we're here. You got great music.
I know, Ray.
Yes. All righty, we're going to hit up, what is it, Have Your Way.
Yeah.
with Jane Archer and friends.
Yes.
And you can catch her, what's the date again?
It's next Saturday night, July 22nd, from
All right.
7 to 9, in Hastings at the Grand Maple Events Center.
Excellent. I'll be going. I've got to find someone to go with because I've been a hermit for so long. I don't even know if I know people anymore. Jane.
Yes, you bring someone.
I definitely will. All righty, Jane. It's just great to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Anytime, and then we're going to hear Have Your Way on Ray on the Radio on Northumberland 89.7. Truly local radio.
A woman has more to give than a man even knows exists. She knows what she needs, the right way to live. But you know what a man does, he just naturally resists. His pride gets in his way. So he says to me, baby, nobody ever tells me what to do. I know what's best for me. Oh, baby, there's nothing more that you can do, and nothing more that you can say. A woman, she turns away. You know, she's seen it all before. A man's not just a lump of clay. He can't be molded, shaped, or turned upon the wheel. You know, he's gonna have his way. Oh, how could she ever have been such a fool to believe all those things that he'd say? Oh, all she ever wanted was to live in harmony. But what's the price? What's the price you've got to pay? Why, tell me why is it so hard to try to bear your pride? Oh, to compromise. Words unspoken, they could change it all. Knock down the wall, love be recalled. So a woman must decide if she can live like this, holding back these feelings every day. Oh, what do you do when you've invested so much time? Sometimes you get up and you walk away. Oh, she says to him, baby, nobody ever tells me what to do. Oh, I know what's best for me. Oh, baby, there's nothing more that you can do. Our time has passed away. Our time, it's passed away. passed away.
Yes. Jane Archer and friends, have your way. And if you want to see her live on Saturday, the 23rd in Hastings, go to Eventbrite. 22nd, I'm sorry. Eventbrite, and it'll be Jane Archer and friends. You can grab tickets there, $25 at the door, maybe a bit cheaper online, but it's worth it.